Okay, so this is a video for Act 3, Scene 4 of Romeo and Juliet. As you can see, this is quite a short scene. You can see that the Scene 4 starts here and Scene 5 starts here, but there's some really important details in here because this tells us a lot about the political realities of life in Verona, as despite the marriage of Romeo and Juliet, which of course Lord and Lady Capulet do not know about, they continue to try and arrange the match between Juliet and Paris. So in this scene there's a huge amount of dramatic irony at play, and remember, dramatic irony is where the characters know, is where the audience knows something that the characters do not. So you're almost kind of in on the joke with Shakespeare here as he shows this scene of the parents attempting to arrange the marriage between Juliet and Paris when we know that Juliet is already married to Romeo. Key thing to remember is that this is just Monday late evening. If you remember, the play begins on Sunday morning in that public place where the brawl occurs. So just 2 days have elapsed. So that just reminds you of just how intense and quick the relationship has been. And by today's standards, that's very quick. By Shakespearean standards, that would certainly be considered to be very hasty, very immature, and quite a shocking rate of courtship. Okay, so let's just read this short section. This has the Capulet's house with old Capulet, Lord Capulet, his wife Lady Capulet, and Paris. Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily, that we have had no time to move our daughter. Look you, she loved her kinsman Tybalt dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. So he's apologising to Paris that he hasn't had a chance to arrange the marriage, but he's saying, you know, it wouldn't be appropriate, it wouldn't be respectful given that Tybalt has died and Juliet loved him so much. A key quotation that I think is quite interesting here is "we were born to die," because in this, Capulet is acknowledging the futility of human life, the fact that we all die and that our lives come to an end. But of course, a secondary level of dramatic irony is in fact that his daughter is going to die very soon. And, you know, this kind of idea that he's quite resigned to and comfortable with death is something that we find ironic, because we're assured that as a parent, if he was to lose his child, as he does very soon, that he would be heartbroken by that. It also reminds us of fatalism, the idea that we were born to die, the idea that that's our destiny, and it reminds us of the destiny of Romeo and Juliet. He continues, "'Tis very late, she'll not come down tonight. I promise you, but for your company, I would have been abed an hour ago." Paris says, "These times of woe afford no times to woo." So remember, woe is sorrow. If you're feeling woe, you're feeling sorrow. So he's saying these times of sadness is no time to woo, is no time for that courtly love, is no time for me to get to know your daughter. And the repeated motif here of sorrow and death alongside love is one that is repeated throughout the play, that love and death are aligned side by side. "Madam, good night. Commend me to your daughter. I will, and know her mind early tomorrow. Tonight she's mewed up to her heaviness." Paris offers to go in, and Capulet calls him again. "Sir Paris, I will make a desperate tender of my child's love. I think she'll be ruled in all respects by me. Nay, more, I doubt it not. Wife, go you to her ere you go to bed. Acquaint her here of my son Paris's love, and bid her, mark you me, on Wednesday next. But soft, what day is this?" So Capulet here is saying, "Paris, I will give you one last plea that my daughter will love you and will marry you. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me." So he's saying, I think she will obey what I say for her. And this reminds us of the patriarchal reading of the text, the idea that Juliet is ruled by her father. Juliet must obey her father's wishes. And the fact that she disobeys her father's wishes, that patriarchal reading, is that she's punished by fate for her dissent, for her refusal. But here Capulet is confident that she will be ruled by me. And so that reflects notions of patriarchy. Again, this is also strengthened when he calls his Lady Capulet his wife. He addresses her not by name, but just wife. Go to her before you go to bed. So the address term wife shows control and ownership. Lady Capulet is defined by her role and equally controlled by her husband. So Lord Capulet has said, "On Monday next," so he's trying to arrange the marriage, "but what day is this?" "Monday, my lord." Monday. Aha, well, Wednesday is too soon. A Thursday, let it be. A Thursday, tell her, so shall she be married to this noble earl. So he's giving her a few days grace. Obviously, she's grieving, but he's saying, no, I want to get this done as soon as possible. And you can see that that's his priority, is marrying his daughter off well, maintaining their social standing in this community and in this society. And what's interesting here is, again, we've got that sense of dramatic irony. She'll be married to this noble earl. This idea of nobility and being well-to-do and being well thought of in the society is very important to Lord Capulet. But the irony here is that this would have brought scandal upon the family. She would have been committing bigamy. Bigamy, spelled like this, B-I-G-A-M-Y, is where you're married to two people at the same time. It's against the law. So it would certainly have brought scandal upon the family, and we know that as an audience. Will you be ready? Do you like this haste? We'll keep no great ado, a friend or two, for hark you, Tybalt being so late slain. It may be thought we held him carelessly. Being our kinsman, if we revel much, therefore we'll have some 6 friends, and there an end. But what say you to Thursday? So he's saying, out of kind of honour and politeness and respect, we won't have a huge number of guests. It will only be a small ceremony that we'll hold. But what do you say to Thursday? Paris says, my lord, I would that Thursday were tomorrow. So I would means I wish that Thursday were tomorrow. He's eager for this. Well, get you gone. A Thursday be it then. Go you to Juliet ere you go to bed. Prepare her, wife, against this wedding day. Farewell, my lord, like to my chamber ho. Afore me it is so very late that we may call it early by and by. Good night. This line, prepare her, wife, against this wedding day. Now, it sounds quite controlling, that word against. Against just means in time for the wedding day, so that she's ready for the wedding day. So it's not quite as commanding as it sounds, but he's eager to retain that tyrannical rule, that control over Juliet, over his daughter. And so he sends his wife to prepare for the marriage. He's not really concerned about her consent. He's convinced that they are going to send her, that they are going to marry her to Paris on that day. And what this reveals, this sense that they're planning this wedding, is that Friar Lawrence's plan to just have them married in secret and then to use it to unite the family is quite naive. It's not very well thought through, really, because it overlooks the political realities of life in Verona. The political realities of life in Verona are that good, well-respected families marry other good, well-respected families and strengthen that dynasty, strengthen that family heritage, that line and that standing in society. So this idea that you can just marry the two of them and things will be resolved is naive. It also shows us quite a lot about, it's a good piece of vocabulary here because you'll use this quite a lot in other texts you look at. Capulet's hubris. Hubris just means pride. He's confident of a match by Thursday. He really feels that he can achieve this. There's no way she will go against his wishes. And this hubris invites tragedy. We know that this is what's going to happen. And so this dramatic irony is created as we as an audience sit and think that Capulet really shouldn't be so confident, shouldn't be so proud, because in fact we know that this is not all going to happen the way that he wants it to, and that there is going to be tragedy afoot as well. Okay, so it's quite a short extract there, but some really important things, particularly about patriarchy, particularly that idea of dramatic irony, and that alignment of love and death, but also reputation, Verona and its political situation as well. Okay, well done.